What's going on? So today I'm going to show you how you can create your very own low poly car in Blender. So this is going to be a very basic 3D modeling tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. So here I am in Blender using version 3.3.1, and let's go ahead and click on Mr. Default Cube, press X, and let's delete this. And let me go here real quick. Let me enable my screencast keys that we can see what I'm typing. So now I'm going to press number 1 to see the front facing view, and I will include a reference image in the description below, so you can simply go there, or you could literally look up any reference image. Just go on Google and type in car reference image, but I found mine actually from this website. And basically I'm just going to shift A, and then once you have your image, you can go here and just click on reference and then upload the image. So I'll go there real quick. So I went ahead and just uploaded the image, and now I'm going to turn over to the side. We press G and then Y and bring it back just a little bit, maybe like 4 squares or so. Then press 1 again, and this is what it currently looks like. And now what I can do is I can do G and Z, and we can move it up. Let's do maybe like right about there. Actually, let's go, and if you wanted to, click on the little image icon right here, change the opacity, and let's try like 0.6. Now for this specific image, it's a black background, which makes my life a little bit harder, but if you wanted to find one with a white background, it's probably easier to see. But for mostly, I can see most of it. So now I'm going to GZ and put the wheels pretty much right about on the red line right there. So that way it's essentially like it's on top of the road. And now what we want to do is we need to go over this little like funnel looking icon, click on it, and click on this selectable, this arrow right here. And basically what this does is if we click on here right now and unselect it, now that makes it to where we can't click on this image. And basically I don't really want to mess with this because it's literally just for reference. So if you never need to fix it, you can always enable it right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and shift A, mesh, and let's do cube. And then what I want to do is I want to put this into essentially the x-ray view, and that way I can see where I'm moving this. And I can do G and Z, and let's just move it like right about, let's see, I'm actually make the wheel, so I'm gonna move it right where essentially the bottom of the car is. And I'm gonna tab in edit mode. I can select these tops, but the thing is we need to be in x-ray mode by holding shift Z. So now I'm in x-ray mode, and the reason I do that so I can select both the front and back, and I can do like GZ, and let's move it like right about there. And for the most part, let's just move this over. So let's go here, G, X, and let's just move it to the end. Now this is going to be low poly, so it's not going to be perfect, but for the rough body of the car, we'll keep it like this. So what I want to do now is add some loop cuts. So first thing is let's do a loop cut right where this essentially this tire's like back part is. And the way to do this is either Command R or Control R, and that is a shortcut depending on Windows or Mac. And simply click and drag, and we'll pull one like right here, and then Command R, Control R. I'm gonna do another one, and we're actually gonna pull one right in the middle of the wheel, and that way we can have a little cut right here. Control or Command R again, pull one like right about there. And then for this door, we do have this like little curve part right here. So for right now, I'll just put one like right here. And then if we need to add more loop cuts to be more detailed, we can. And then over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do G, X, and basically just drag this all the way over. And it looks like right about where, right here, we can just estimate it. And now I just wanna put some more loop cuts. So I'll put one right here by this little door, angle right here. And then I'll put another one. Let's do one like right here in the middle. Let's just hit escape right there. And I want to put another one like right here, because this is where I'm essentially going to lift and create this like curve part right there. And right now we're probably gonna need another loop cut right about here, because we need to move it this, and then add another loop cut just like right about here. And then now we can finish it all by adding another loop cut right here, and this is essentially the back part of the front wheel. Another loop cut, actually Command Z or Control Z. Actually no, escape, I didn't click it yet. Then Command Z, get rid of that loop cut, didn't mean to do that. Command R, Control R again, loop cut right here in the middle of this wheel, and then another one right about here. And for the most part, let's go ahead and, so it looks like it's still like right there. So a little hard to see with G, X, move it up right there. So I can select these two, scale it on the Z, and I'll move this one like right about here. And then this front one, we can select these two, GZ it down and until it's curving, and then GZ this one like right about there. And then for this back piece, we can go ahead and GZ it up. And make sure you select it like this because that way you get both the front and the back. And then now we can go ahead and let us work on building this little roof. So what I want to do is I'll select, and let's see, if I want to select these front pieces right here, I can extrude that up, and then I'll keep this last one essentially, you know what, let's just keep it all like this. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'll hit E to extrude it, and basically we'll keep it like right about, yeah, like right on the top right there. And then now I'm going to select this piece, G, and then move it right about here. Select this one, GZ, we can move this down, and then GZ right here. Now, for a low poly, since it's not going to be like super smooth, if you wanted to make it like super smooth, you're going to have to add more loop cuts. So you can add some more geometry to this. This one looks fine. GZ, keep it here. GZ, keep it here. GZ, keep it here. Put GZ right there. And then this one, GZ, like this. And front over here looks like it has it a little bit higher, so G, Z up. And for the most part, it's pretty much how the base would, I would at least like it now. And then we can do Shift Z so we can see exactly what we just made. So we got this little car frame. And now for the most part, I mean, it looks semi-solid for the size of a car. So I'll keep it like this. Now, if you always want to change this, feel free to tap into object mode, scale, pressing S and Y, and make it either bigger or smaller. It's up to you. I'll just hit escape, go back in edit mode. And we need to do is go press 7. So now we're on top view. And then add a loop cut in the middle. And then basically Shift Z to get in wireframe, select these pieces, X, delete the vertices. And then go add a mirror modifier right here. Except when you put on the Y, take it off the X, and make sure you add clipping. So now this is what we got so far. If we go back to Shift Z, this is currently what we have, and this is basically a mirrored angle. So now let's do Shift Z again, and let me make sure I have everything. So now technically, since we are mirrored, I can move these around, and then they'll move with it. So let me go here again, and basically I want to add another loop cut, and we'll put one like just right basically in the middle, but I want to move it. Yeah, let's move it right about to the top of where this wheel piece is going. And now this front one might not be perfect, so we can just move that like GZ up like this. And then what we can do is go ahead and start getting this little like wheel outline cut. So first things first, let's go ahead and select this piece right here. And let me actually go into wireframe again, Shift Z, and then select this piece, then G, and then move it up right about here. And then we'll move this piece, G, move it up right about here. And make life easier, let me go to the image really quick. So let me tab back in object mode, go to this empty, and let's see if I change the opacity a little bit lower. It might be easier for you to see the what I'm actually clicking on. So now go back to the cube, tab edit mode. So now I have this right here, and then this G and Z it up like that. And then if you wanted to add another loop cut, which we could like add one like right here, I can click that, and then now I have this, move it over here, and then this one I can move it over here. So this is essentially the circle that we just had, and we basically just formed a little circle shape around this back wheel. And then we're gonna do the same for the front wheel. So one like right here, Yeah, I'll just keep it right there. That's fine. This one, form it right there. This one, let's see. Move it right about here. And then this, we can keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it there. And then the front, we'll just move this one to the side. And for the most part, this is semi-circle, but not obviously perfect. And now what we can do is we can actually select, if I do this, and I just go back into non-wireframe back to solid, and I just select everything like this, you can see that we have everything selected, including the front and the top view. So basically, I'll take out this wireframe, and I'll just select again, and you can see now we only have these sides selected, which is what we want. We don't want these selected. So only select the side, hold shift, go to face select first, hold shift, and then click onto these pieces right here and these pieces right here. And then basically I want to extrude this, and I'm just gonna extrude on the Y and make it about the size of like a wheel covering area, so maybe like right here. And now if you're like, oh, I don't like the size of the car, well, we can tab back into object mode, scale by pressing S, Y, and we can shrink it back to the size of a car that you think would make sense. So I think this is fine right here. So now what we can do is, let's go back to one now, and let's do Shift Z. And this is currently what we have so far. So Shift Z again, and we'll look at this. So what I want to do is create the wheels now, and then afterwards we can actually edit the actual car design. So first off, let's create the wheels, and then we'll make this side piece look a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're essentially going to create a circle right here. So I need to select the vertices mode, click right there, press 1, and then I'm going to do, if we go over to Shift S, so let me go right here, click back on like Shift S, cursor to selected. Now you can see we have the cursor exactly where we wanted. And then I can do Shift A, and I want to add a circle. So in this circle, I only want to have 16 vertices because that's how we're going to make the rims. And then all I need to do is R to rotate, X 90. So now it's on the X axis, S to scale it, and zoom it in like this. And then I'll have to do G, and then I'll do Y to bring it out. So press 1, scale it down a little bit more, GZ, and right about where the wheel's at. So if I go back to the view, it looks like this. And one problem is I put clipping on. So if I undo clipping, I have to redo this entirely. So let's go back, delete these vertices, and then make sure we have clipping off now because it was connected earlier. Shift A, circle, 16 again, RX 90, and then scale it, and then GY it, and now you can see they're separated. Okay, and if you need to put it back, we can, but for right now, let's keep it unclipped. Scale it down, GZ, scale it down even more, GZ, match essentially the wheel size, so right about there. And now what we can do is extrude it, and on the Y-axis, and again, just depending on how big you want the wheel to be. So let me do GY to move it in. Actually, no, let's select everything. And the way to select everything, actually, if you click on this face, so it's easier. Click on it, and then Command plus or Control plus, and just hold it, and then we're going to do GY to move it in, and it looks like right about here is where it continues. So the wheel, I can probably shift or alt select this, and then GY, yeah, like that. So I want to do it sticking out a little bit, but not too much. And then go back to face select, select one piece, or just click and then hit Alt or Option, and then we can do E to extrude it, and then S in the middle so we can scale it inwards. So have it maybe like right about here. E to extrude again, S, have a little more shape. E to extrude again, S, and again it's all just preference on how you want to make your wheel. And then what we can do is we can select this edge select, Option or Alt select, and then we can do GY, and we can move the wheel out like that. Option select GY again, and basically shape it to however you like. But for now, I think that looks fine. And then we can check the other side. See, we have it mirrored, so it's just like this. And I'll press 1 again. And now what I'm gonna do is we're actually gonna keep clicking in here, except we're gonna add in, let me go back to the face select and holding Option or Alt. And right now you can see we have to make it like that. If you're having trouble with this, just click it and just hit the, basically if you hit right on the line, you'll see it clicks like that. And then I wanna add a loop cut, and I wanna add 2. So I'll click right here, click the loop cut there, and then again, now I go back to face select, click right about the middle between the 2 faces, and it selects all of them there. And now I want to extrude this again, except I want to make it to where I have essentially the little, not necessarily the exact name, but basically the center circle part of the tire. So extrude, scale it again, and pretty much we'll have it just like this. And then what we can do is we can select the edge select tool, click here, extrude it, and on pretty much the y-axis go like this, and now we have like this little circular piece, and then I can just press F to close it out. And now we can check from the side view. This is what it currently looks like. And then we can actually go in now on the face select, and again, there's a million ways to make the wheel, but this is just a simple way to do it. And we can hold shift and basically select every other piece just like this right there, E to extrude, S inside, and pretty much have it like touching this inside right there. So you can see Shift Z is in there. And in terms of the size, looks good to me. Press 1, go from angle view, and there we go, we have this wheel right here. So now go ahead and make sure we save this to either Command S, Control S, or file up here, save as. Name your file whatever you want to, and then we continue from there. So now we'll just tab back into edit mode, click on little center of the wheel, and just hold the either Command plus or Control plus, depending on your computer, until you select the entire wheel. And then I'll do one more, there we go. And the reason it's like this is because we created this in edit mode. If we were doing this in object, it would have made a whole new object, and that can work depending on your model, but for this tutorial, we're gonna do it like this. And then now just basically, once you have everything selected, you can see right here, just do Shift D, and I'll move it over. You can see it's right about here, and I'll move it just like that. And I just press G to move that. And you're probably wondering, why are we selecting it through here? Because if we created it in edit mode, it's gonna be part of this mesh, but if we have an object, that'll be a completely new object. So that's just why we have to select it the way by holding Command plus or Control plus. And for the most part, I mean, it looks pretty good right there. And now what we can do is just tab back in and now take a look real quick. Okay, so far the wheels stick out a little bit, but you know, something we could technically just click on the mesh and then scale it. But for now, let's go back. And for the most part, this is like a freestyle besides the window. So we can do is click on edge select. We can select these pieces and then Shift Option again, and you can select these pieces too. And basically we can press G, Y, and make it more like not as box shape, so something like this. And then even on these inside pieces, like right here, G and Z, move it up. Even over here, if you wanted to, GX, move that back. Click even right there, G, and looks like GX, make it more round. Here, GY. And now this is when you want to re-enable clipping, because it's gonna mess up this front piece. So let me escape really quick. Click on that bottom GY, and actually no, GX, my bad. Yeah, GX, right about there. And when we're here already, we can actually make this little indentation. So I can click here, and what we can do is basically click on this front face. We can press E to extrude it and just extrude it back, and that basically has like this little front, little bumper area looking thing. And then on this back view, if you wanted to add one as well, you could, but we're not going to do that too much. But let's go back to edge select, go from the back view, let's move these two, GZ up, and let's see how it looks. GX, curve that up a little bit. I kind of like this this pointed part, so I'm actually gonna, let's see, GX back a little bit like that. And then let's see here, this piece we can do, yeah, we could do G, Z, move it up. And then these pieces here, if you want to GY, curve it in a little bit. Again, it's all personal preference on how you want to do this. But for the most part, this is what we got so far looking. And then now I want to press 1 and see how this is looking on the wireframe. And so far, I mean, it's not bad. Okay, so now shape-wise, at least I like it. For this little like side mirror, I just did a little basic thing, but pretty much I just clicked on here and then just Shift D and escaped it, and then basically EY extruded out, and then I scaled it in. And on one I can do like G, Z, and GX, scale it in even more. And for the most parts, we can make this like really small. But basically, if I go here and add like another loop cut across here, then I can face select this piece, E to extrude it up, scale it even more, and then basically form this as like the mirror. So now, if I want to select these pieces, G, Y out, GZ, make it even down. And you can see it's forming like somewhat like a little side mirror, but I don't like that it's too, it's kind of too wide over here. So let me actually go to the edge select this piece, go to 7, and then G, Y, bring that in a little bit. And for the most parts, I can probably bring out this piece right here. And let's see. Vertice mode, let's go to vertice mode right there. GX, bring it in a little bit. And let's tab back out right now. And for the most part, I mean, it's super low poly, so it's not gonna look super crazy, but if we're looking at it from like the side view, if you want a smaller pieces, then I think the easiest way is to make a separate part, but since I just have it connected to the car, we'll just have something like this. And again, feel free to GX move this around and mess around with that, but I'll keep it like this for now. And then we got to work on the windows, so hit the face select basically where you want the window, so I'll just do there, E to extrude it, and I'll go like right about there. So there's the front windows right here. And then for this window, right about here, I'm gonna do G, Z first, move it down, and then we'll extrude it a little bit. And then now we have like an encavement for the windows. And then for this front piece, essentially I want, let's do these 3, press I and set it like right about here. And then I want to extrude it down just a tad bit. There's the little front lights, and then this back lights. I want the back lights to be, let's see, we can do another loop cut maybe like right here, and then that way we can just do this 2 pieces, we'll inset them, and then we'll extrude them, and just like that. So now we have like our backlights just like there. And now if you want to get a little fancier, you know, customize the back, whatever you want to add, feel free. But the way I'm taking the camera view is going to be of this view, so you're not even going to notice it. And then technically, let's see, could move this up too a little bit by double G in, and then G, Y, yeah, move it over. Yeah, like keep it like this. And for the most part, I think this piece, let me zoom in. Yeah, piece looks a little bit off right now, so I'll move it over here. And right now it's looking like it's connected outside. So what I want to do is I want to select these pieces and merge at center. And now it's like connected with that car right there. So again, low poly. If you want to make more details, feel free. And then if we go into like the render view, we can see this is what it currently looks like. And then this is the current view like that. So for the most parts, this is like the low poly just outline. And then what I want to do is we want to add in some materials. So first off, let's just click on the car, go here, new, let me just save really quick. And basically, since it's one item, we have to individually select everything. So go back in edit mode, A to select everything. This will be the let's see, the base color. And I made it, again, you're gonna make a preference. I'll go like right about, let's see, like right there. And then you can make it like fully metallic. Looks pretty cool. Roughness, we can take down roughness like crazy. Let's just do like 0.2. And then for the windows, let's select those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let me make sure that I select this one too. And basically I want to make these call these the windows. We can make these like pure black for now and assign it. And I'll have to adjust that according to the lighting I do, because from some angles like it looks weird. And then for the tab back in edit mode, we'll select these lights right here, and then these backlights. Go again, material, lights, hit assign, but then go to surface, principal, change to emission, put like 10, and that looks like that. And for the wheels, unless you want some gold plated wheels, we're gonna have to go click here, command plus or control plus until you select everything. Then go plus here, and this will be the wheels. This will be just pure black. Assign, and then click again, plus, and basically what we're doing now is we're selecting pretty much you can see inside it, this is the frame. So what we can do is, if you only want to select these pieces, you can go there and then go to the rim, new rim, click here, hold up, rim, I'm not sure why the number's not going out, hit assign, and then we can change it to like a gray metallic, roughness 0.2, looking like this. And let's zoom out really quick, and we should have selected the other wheel too, so let me try that again. Command plus, go up here, wheels, assign it, select these rims right here, go to rim, assign, and that's what we got for. So now we need to go into Cycles mode and click on the rendered view. So this is what it looks like right now. Now if I do, first off, let's hide this image now. Shift A, let's actually do Shift S, cursor toward origin, Shift A, mesh plane, just scale it up, and let's see, it's currently touching perfect. And I want to tab in edit mode, click on the edge select, easy, just as high as you want. And now select this side piece right here, this edge, Command B, Control V to bevel, and basically you just want to make enough bevel to where it's like smooth. And you can either do it by scrolling up on the laptop pad or your mouse middle button, and then right click, shade smooth. And then what I want to do is add a material to this, and let's see, let's make this like quite rough. This is a 0.8, white color, like super bright. And then we'll have to scale this, I think this is the X, yeah. So now if I go to the camera view by pressing 0, click on it, shift left little tab asterisk next to your one keyboard, and then just moves it around. And I think probably like, we can go like maybe, again you can adjust this ball, keep like right there. So now it means I have to click on this S, X, wider, and then Shift A, and let's add in a light. Let's go with an area light first, GZ, scale this bad boy up, Y, rotate X, point it like that. G, X, and up, rotate. Let's do Y, like there. Let's try 100 first. Let's go to cycles now. So this is what we got going on right now. So this is what it's currently looking like. And it's interesting with cycles and EV, like certain parts of the car, just based off of the material we use too, the angles and stuff just look really weird. So you're gonna have to play around with that. So if you want to increase the roughness, you might notice that certain parts of the car look better and some don't. So if you go to like 0.8 now, this is actually the wrong part. Actually, it should be 0.2. Click on the car, my bad. Go to base color here. Roughness, you change the roughness, you can see like this part got fixed a little bit. And then if you go to like 0.8, it's not as visible. So again, it's all dependent on the color you want to portray, but we can do like GZ and move around and GX. And let's see, move one like right here. Then what I want to do is a sun. Just add a sun in here, put like 3, make it super bright, and I go to 7, and I want to see the top view. So I'll go Option R, Alt R to reset this angle, and then Shift D and just drag it over here, and then drag one like right on top there, and then another one like right here. So now we have angles from all of the sides. I want the back to be like super bright, which is essentially, I'm thinking, where is that? Yes, that should be back here. And I could make just one, but I'll just keep it like this for now. And then basically rotate this along the X, and then GY it out a little bit longer, like right over here. So let's go here and just change, let's see if we can change this color to like a darker. So even on a darker black, you can see it looks a little bit better. But again, just basing off your poly design, let's try even a darker, much darker color. And for the most part, if the shiny part is really what's making this side look the way it is, so if we were to change this roughness to like full roughness, it's much harder to see it now. So again, it's all preference, but let's just do like 0.6 now. 0.6, metallic 0.6, and then basically we'll change this up. And then pretty much you can go here and render your image. And then once you render this, you can go to image and save it as, once it's done, and name whatever you like. And then that essentially is the low poly car. So again, like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.